Hello everybody. I'm going to try and do a short video on the first couple steps of doing the faux stamps that I made and posted on Instagram and shared with you on YouTube yesterday. Anyways, I'm going to get started and try and make this short. First of all, I have a sheet or a page from a old dictionary. And then I also have an aged piece of typing paper or such that I'm going to try and do an inking step with a font stamp. I already did the separation of some of my napkins that I'm going to cut some pieces from. But to show you, I have another one here that I'm going to use as well. And the process is pretty simple. If you can get the edge of the napkin to separate. It's usually 2 layers. Sometimes I have found there's not, but usually it's 2 layers. And you simply separate the pieces, and it's just that simple. Set that aside. Next, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make some smaller stamps on this. So I guess I'm just going to separate. Oops, I'm probably off camera here. I'm sorry. I'm new to this. My tripod is standing up above me on my table, and I'm a little nervous about that. But we're going to make this work for now. So I'm just going to separate this really quick. And then we will cut some of the pieces from this. This is probably the most tedious part to me. It's cutting this fine napkin paper. But it all comes out. Okay. So I'm going to remove this. Let's see, I need a tree. I need to do a tree for a friend. And actually there's a tree and a bird of paradise. My favorite, one of my favorite tropical flowers. Okay, we're going to set that aside. I have these two right here. And I'm not going to do a whole bunch of them just to save time. I might do more off camera and then I'll share the next step. We'll have a little more to play with. But for now, I'm just going to use these. And they don't have to be perfect because we're going to Mod Podge them on the paper anyway. So I'm going to just do that with those for now. And let's see. I have a couple pieces here. Let's try one of these. To make a larger piece, I'm going to do this one. And this is all I did, was just go through and cut out the pieces that I wanted to emphasize on my stamp. I need a couple pieces so I can share with you how I did the, let's do this bird. How I did the Mod Podge on the page, and then I'm going to do a stamped image. With the font stamp. Anyways, let's try one more that has a little bit of font on it. And I'll put together some more off camera. But just so you get the idea of how I applied these to the page, it's pretty simple. I was inspired to do this by Gail, I guess Nelly, I think is how you say her name. Shabby Debbie Doodah did these as well. I can't think who else, maybe Roxy Creations. There's other people that have done them as well. But I don't have a lot of book pages, so I was trying to find another way to incorporate it with rubber stamps. So next I'm going to open my Mod Podge. Try not to get it all over myself. Trying to stay in camera here. And it is as simple as this. I'm going to start right here. I put Mod Podge down first. A lot of people don't. And I'm off camera again. A lot of people just Mod Podge it down, but I like it to stick first. So I put the Mod Podge down. I lay it to the edge of the font and Mod Podge it down. You can also use watered down PVA glue. I did that with some envelopes and it turned out really well. The PVA glue doesn't leave the shine that even the matte Mod Podge does at times. Want to make sure you get the bubbles out and then move on to the next. So I'm just going to keep going this direction as long as I can stay on screen here. And leave a space in between because you're going to use decorative scissors. I have the stamp edge scissors that I will be using to trim these. So you want to make sure you have space in between your pieces here to do that. So you get a good edge. And it's as easy as that. One more. I'm going to do it next to this one. The stamp is going to be a little larger. Apologize for the trash nails. My poor nail gal has had a not so good start to the new year. Her shop flooded and she's been closed for over a week now, and I was in need of her when that happened, so I'm waiting it out. I don't want to go somewhere else. Make sure your edges are down. Although it's not horrible if you miss one, you can always go back and redo it. Okay, so I'm going to cap this Mod Podge for a second. And I'm going to show you another idea I had as I set this one aside. I'm going to bring this one in. You need to let that completely dry. And this one I'm going to use my Stays On black ink. I'm going to ink up my font stamp, hopefully. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but because we're going to layer over it, I want to use Stays On in hopes that it won't fade or run when I apply the Mod Podge. So I'm just going to do this one stamp really quick just for the sake of the video and see if it works. This is a trial and error for me. I haven't done this before. So we're doing this together. And I'll set that aside, cover my ink, and give it a second to dry. I can test run it here. I think we're going to be good. So we're just going to Mod Podge this as well and start laying our little tropical stamps. I'm going to do several at a time here, leaving a space. Leaving some space. Of course, we need flip-flops. Can't go to the beach without our flip-flops. And my vacations are, if I can't take my flip-flops, I'm not going. That fits me to a T. Okay, and let's do the pineapple. That almost worked out perfect for the size of these. Let's see, which way does my pineapple go? I guess it's a pineapple drink, so we better get it going the right way. That's that. Let's see, we have one more hibiscus. So we'll leave that one down. And again, see, no perfection. I have a little pineapple that's getting left out. And cover with the Mod Podge. And it's as simple as that. We're going to set these aside. And the ink isn't showing through quite as well as the pages, the print on a book or a printed page. So maybe the lighter, as you can see the palm tree here, it's showing through a little better. But that might be as well with the darker background. It might not show through on the page as well either. I used fairly light colors on the page one, so we'll see. But anyway, that's as simple as that is. And let it dry. So with that, I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna let these dry, maybe add some more pages, and later I will come back and show you how I finish them. So see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.